Hey there, mates. How much did you know about the fascinating Australia? From oversized landmarks like the Big Banana to the genius invention of Wi-Fi, Australia is a treasure trove of surprises. Did you know there are more kangaroos than people here? Yep, hopping's more popular than walking. And if you think that's wild, wait until you hear about the Great Barrier Reef and the outback town where residents live underground to escape the heat. There is something for everyone. Did you know that Australia is famous for its oversized landmarks, like the Big Banana, the Big Pineapple, and the Big Lobster, where everything is so big, even the fruit has an ego complex? Did you know that Australian scientists invented Wi-Fi technology when Dr. John O'Sullivan and his team at CSIRO developed the technology in the 1990s? Cool, thanks Australia. You might like to know that there are more kangaroos than people in Australia. They almost double human population. Clearly, hopping is more popular than walking. Did you know that Australia has more marine species than any other country in the world? Just remember to bring your shark repellent. Did you know that Australia has multiple time zones, including a 30-minute offset time zone in South Australia? It's the country that couldn't fully commit to an hour. In case you don't know, Australians consume over 22 million jars of Vegemite annually. Who knew that Vegemite could be addictive? Just kidding. Did you know that the Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system, is so vast it can be seen from space? Nature's underwater Disneyland, minus the overpriced popcorn. Did you know that Nullarbor Links is the world's longest golf course, spanning 1,365 kilometers? Golfers need a week's vacation just to finish. Did you know that Australia is the only country where you'll find both echidnas and platypuses, egg-laying mammals? It's nature's way of saying, keep guessing. Did you know that the Gippsland giant earthworm can grow up to 3 meters long? Australia's answer to Godzilla, but way less destructive and probably friendlier. Did you know that the dingo fence in Australia is the longest fence in the world, stretching over 5,600 kilometers? It's like trying to outdo the Great Wall of China with wire. Did you know that Fraser Island, the world's largest sand island, was also the filming location for another reality show, Survivor? Because nothing says luxury vacation like sand everywhere. Did you know that the Outback Spectacular is a unique theatrical performance showcasing Australian history, culture, and wildlife under the stars? It's like Shakespeare, but with more kangaroos. It might excite you to know that Australian football, also known as Aussie rules, is a fast-paced and high-scoring sport with a passionate fan base. It's like rugby, but someone turned up the crazy dial. Lots of adrenaline rush. Did you know that in Queensland, it's illegal to lock your car door while the engine is running? This quirky law aims to prevent car thefts. Apparently, they trust everyone, except car thieves. Did you know that Melbourne holds the record for the world's longest red light? A whopping 4 minutes, though thankfully shortened now. Enough time to contemplate life's deepest questions. Did you know that Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, is a massive sandstone monolith and a sacred site for Aboriginal Australians? It's like the Australian version of Stonehenge, but bigger and redder. Think you should know that the dingo, Australia's wild dog, is known for its unique vocalizations, resembling singing or howling. Move over, Australian Idol. We have new contestants. Did you know that Lake Hillier, located on Middle Island, is a vibrant pink lake with no definitive explanation for its unusual color? It's like Mother Nature decided to have some fun with food coloring. Did you know that in 1932, frustrated farmers declared war on emus after the birds developed a taste for crops? Though not a formal war, it's a hilarious historical footnote. This is because when birds unite, crops don't stand a chance. Did you know that Coober Pedy, an outback town, is known as the opal capital of the world, with many residents living in underground homes to escape the scorching heat? It's like living in a hobbit hole, but with air conditioning. You will be excited to know that the Naracoorte Caves in South Australia feature a mesmerizing display of bioluminescent glowworms, creating an ethereal spectacle. It's like stepping into an alien disco party, literally. Did you know that Aboriginal Australians have developed elaborate sand story paintings, used for communication and cultural preservation. It's like ancient Snapchat, but way cooler and less fleeting. Hold my beer. Did you know that kangaroo boxing matches, though thankfully not real fights, were once a bizarre form of entertainment in Australia? Who need a cable TV when marsupials can throw punches? Did you know that, in the 1920s, some parts of Australia used dog taxes, where residents had to pay a fee to own a dog, with the tax collected in sheepskins? It's a tax system that sounds like a fairy tale. It might interest you to know that Christmas in Australia falls during summer, so festive traditions often involve barbecues at the beach and even surfing Santas. Ho ho ho, surfing Santas and Christmas in July. Coober Pedi's unique underground lifestyle extends to pubs, offering a cool, subterranean escape for a drink. Perfect for when you want a cool drink and no sunburn. Did you know that Australian folklore is filled with mythical creatures, with the bunyip, a lurking lake monster, sparking fear and fascination? It's like a version of Bigfoot, but with more swimming. Did you know that merino sheep, known for their fine wool, were once believed to have a unique hum or ba that could be used to identify individual sheep? It's like having a woolly fingerprint. Did you know that, contrary to popular belief, not all boomerangs return? Only hunting boomerangs have a curved design that allows them to come back. The others just end up as fancy sticks with high hopes. You should know that, while quokkas are known for their friendly demeanor, they do have personal space. Getting too close might result in a grumpy hiss. Quokkas have boundaries. Did you know that the Yolngu people of Arnhem Land have a complex language system that incorporates bird calls and whistles for communication? That is having a conversation in a bird-watching haven. Did you know that tourists are sometimes warned about the mythical drop bear, a ferocious koala-like creature that supposedly attacks from trees, thankfully, entirely fictional. Think koalas, but pranksters who drop in unexpectedly. Did you know that, in the 1800s, some Australian colonies used rum as a form of currency, particularly for bartering with convicts and laborers? Who needs money when you have rum to barter with? Did you know that the Tasmanian devil, known for its ferocious screeches and powerful jaws, is sadly endangered due to a contagious facial tumor disease? It's like nature's version of an alarm clock, but with more bite. Did you know that Australia dominates the world of competitive sheep shearing, with shearers achieving incredible speeds and precision? It's the Olympics of wool, with more speed and less lycra. Did you know that several locations in Australia, like the Museum of Underwater Art, MUD, on the Great Barrier Reef, feature unique underwater sculptures that create artificial reefs and artistic attractions? An art gallery where the fish are the critics. Did you know that the iconic kookaburra, known for its loud, laughing call, is actually a type of kingfisher bird? That's the bird that sounds like it's heard the best joke ever. Did you know that the lungfish, a prehistoric fish with both gills and lungs, can be found in some Australian rivers, a living link to the past? It's the overachiever of the fish world. Did you know that cane toads, introduced to combat pests, have become a major pest themselves? When the hunter become the hunted. Ungrateful people. Did you know that Indigenous Australians have been using native plants and animals for bush tucker for thousands of years? It's the original farm-to-table cuisine. Did you know that Australia has one of the largest wild camel populations in the world? Who knew the outback had a bit of a Sahara vibe? Did you know that the Northern Territory experiences over 80 electrical storms a year? Nature's very own light show, no tickets required. Did you know that the Tasmanian giant crab can weigh up to a whopping 13 kilograms? It's seafood that could double as a workout. Did you know that Mount Gambier's blue lake changes color from gray to vivid blue every summer? It's like the lake has a seasonal wardrobe. Did you know that the cochlear implant, also known as the bionic ear, was invented by Australian professor Graham Clark in 1978, revolutionizing the lives of those with severe hearing loss? Thanks for your service, Professor Clark. Did you know that, in the Northern Territory, termite mounds can reach over 5 meters high? That's like ambitious termites architecture. Did you know that some of the world's oldest fossils, over 3.5 billion years old, were found in Australia? It's like finding the great-grandparent of all fossils. Did you know that Australia has islands inhabited almost exclusively by snakes? Not your typical vacation spot unless you're a snake charmer. Did you know that the highest temperature recorded in Australia was 50.7 degrees Celsius in Oodnadatta, South Australia? That's fry an egg on the sidewalk kind of hot. Did you know that Australia's deserts bloom with vibrant wildflowers after rain? Nature's way of saying, surprise. Did you know that Phillip Island is home to the smallest penguin species, the fairy penguins? It's like a penguin dollhouse. Did you know that the Northern Territory has some of the largest saltwater crocodiles in the world? A kind reminder, no swimming here. Did you know that the Kimberley region has unique horizontal waterfalls, one of the world's most unique natural phenomena? It's like the waterfalls decided to take a sideways nap. Did you know that Australians invented the goon bag, a wine cask that prevents oxidation by allowing wine to be poured out without letting air in? That's my classiest way to drink wine out of a bag. Did you know that in some parts of Australia, spiders rain down, covering areas in webs? It's like Halloween came early and stayed all year. Did you know that Australia experiences frequent and intense bushfires, particularly during the summer months? It's never a pleasant sight each round. Did you know that vinegar is used to treat jellyfish stings in northern Australia, when your salad dressing doubles as a first aid kit? Did you know that the Daintree rainforest is the world's oldest, over 135 million years old? It's the grandparent of all rainforests. Did you know that Australia is home to some of the world's most poisonous snakes, including inland taipan, fierce snake, which is extremely venomous? It's like they wanted to keep everyone on their toes. Did you also know that koala fingerprints are so similar to humans that they can taint crime scenes? We've got a suspect, sir, and it's a koala. Thanks for watching. The Majestic Britain is next.